So how big is the fuel tank in this thing? 1123 litres. So that's a fairly good amount of fuel. It'll definitely get us to the destination. Alright, so we'll get back on the motorway, or freeway, whatever they call it here. And then at the next petrol station I'll use the rest truck stop thing that they've got there. And that will mean that we should skip through night, and I also won't get any non-sleeping penalties. It's probably getting pretty close to that now. Yeah, 2.5 hours. Put the high beams on as well, so we can see what we're doing. We'll have all the other traffic coming the other way, flashing their headlights furiously at us. I do just have, if you didn't see that then, I do have another Jazzy Cat mod that adds some American trucks as traffic. Because the thing with the truck mods is that sometimes they add the truck as traffic and sometimes they don't. And you can never really tell which ones do or don't. So the good thing about this mod is that you don't even need those American trucks installed. You can just download that mod and it adds them all to the traffic. So that's cool. So I've got trucks as traffic that I've never even driven or never even installed to drive myself, which is cool. Let's pull in here. We'll wake everybody up with our engine brake. And where do I stop? Just in here. Not even sure if this is a truck spot or not. Yeah, it is, I just need to reverse into it properly, I guess. Oh, maybe I won't need to reverse into it properly. There we go. Have a nice snooze. Cool, so 6 AM. Almost no night driving at all, which is just what I wanted. I mean, I don't really have a problem. Low air pressure. Have to sit here with the engine revving. Yeah, I don't really have a problem driving at night. It's just, you can't see, like, anything, basically, except for the road in front of you. And so when you've got something like, you're driving through Pro Mod, which actually does have a bunch of stuff that's kind of new and done by the developers, like by the Pro Mod guys themselves. I don't want to miss it just by, just because I'm driving at night. Alright, air pressure is good to go. Back on the road. So we've got just under 1,000 kilometers to go. I'm not sure how much of that will be taken up by the ferry ride as well. I mean, if the ferry is like 300 kilometers or something, then it's even less than that. So we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. I don't think it's that far to Stockholm, so we'll find out fairly quickly, hopefully. All the traffic coming down the other side of the road, none of them going this way. Maybe they know something I don't. They're all running away from like Godzilla in Stockholm or something. That seems like something that would be reasonable to happen, I guess. Oops, speeding fine. The most inconsequential speeding fines in the world in this game. You get like 100 of them in a single drive, it doesn't even matter. And they only really affect you once you're, when you're starting the game, or if you've blown all your money on a garage or something. And those are the only times that any of the fines really matter, to be honest. Which is kind of a good thing. I know it is possible just to turn them off completely. I don't remember if that's an option or if it's something you have to, if it's a file you have to change something in the configuration files. But I don't know, I kind of leave it on and then just ignore it. I'm not sure if that's better or worse than turning it off. But whatever. It would be interesting, like, if they had AI traffic that, as just police cars that could pull you over. Although knowing the AI in this game, it wouldn't end well for anybody involved, probably. And just imagine the AI in this game trying to have like a high-speed pursuit or something of a truck. I think that would go horribly for everybody involved. Alright, approaching Stockholm, I think. Oh no, this is whatever that's called. I'm not even going to try and say it. That's where, I guess, the Scania factories are and the Scania test track is. That'd be pretty cool. I think if I was driving a Scania, I'd probably stop there and go swing by the test track, but I'm not. I'm in a Peterbilt. They'd probably just like turn up their noses and refuse to let me in or something. This big American tank of a truck. Big Scania sign there. Cool. It's awesome. Flying along now. Got a bit of traffic building up. Hopefully that won't cause us any problems. Got another of these weird junctions coming up. I think as long as I stick to the left lane I'll be fine. Might have to slow down though. There we go. Got a limousine there. I haven't even seen that before. Again, the weather looks like it's going to rain. Hopefully it doesn't. I turned the rain slider down for a reason. Not that this game ever seems to care about why I do anything. So, the ferry should be coming up very soon, I believe. I'm not sure exactly where it is. We just got the discovery for Stockholm. I think I need to change lanes here. I have no idea if I'm in the right lane or not. Oops, I think I want to go down here. Hopefully there's no cars there. Oh, it's so laggy. So laggy. That's a really narrow entrance to a tunnel. But yeah, I think the problem with the lag is that, and the truck by itself is more system intensive than any of the vanilla trucks. Probably because it's got so much chrome, and the game's trying to render reflections on all that chrome. But then you add in like the massive amount of increased land and everything from ProMod and the Russia map, it does make sense that the computer's struggling a bit. Doesn't help that I'm recording either, which is very intensive on the graphics card and on the CPU. Alright, coming to a stop. So the ferry is just up ahead. Looks like a pretty convoluted road system to get there. Hopefully the AI here won't bug out and they will actually start moving eventually. Yeah, you can never be sure with this game. I might actually just... How bad is the traffic? It might be easier if I just go across a cut-off road. Sometimes the AI really bugs out at these intersections. I think that's actually... Oh wait, maybe we're good to go. Alright, well if I get to go up here then I'll just push out in front of anybody. That's what happens when you push out in front of people. They run straight into the side of you. Doesn't help that I'm basically driving in a slideshow at the moment. Yeah, I'm changing lanes here. Don't just keep driving up next to me. Okay, fine. Do what you want. I don't care. I'm just a big giant truck that could crush your entire car. Whoa, what was that? Did clipping that bit of grass just stop my entire truck? I think it did. That one's a little bit too close to the road, I think. I think it did 2% damage to the truck as well. Alright, down this nice narrow road. You'd think, I mean, given that we're approaching like a ferry or some sort of industrial area, you'd think they'd have built these roads to accommodate trucks a bit better. But that's always been the way with this game. The roads are really narrow, given that the whole game is about truck driving. Maybe they did that deliberately, just to make it a bit more of a challenge or something. Alright, so do we just drive through here? Looks like it. Yep, it's all good. Okay, this is a narrow turn. Take up both lanes just to do that. Not like there's any other cars coming down here anyway. You got a signpost for Helsinki, that's helpful. I do like how you drive onto the ferries and everything, that's cool. I mean, it would have been easy to kind of just, you know, cop out and just put one of these ticket machines right at the entrance of the ferry complex. It's good to see they didn't do that. Alright. So where are we going? All the way up to Turku, which is there. Cool. So that's taking 11 hours apparently. So I guess we probably will be driving at night, or at least finishing off the delivery at night time. Yeah, because it's late afternoon now. So how far further do we have to drive? I've got my brake on. Air pressure again, seriously? I've already done that once. There we go. Didn't take that long that time. So, 461 kilometers. That's nothing. Get that done easy. Famous last words as well. So I think this is actually the first time I've even been in Finland. Doesn't look like I've got any of the roads discovered. I think this is one of the ones where I've always I've meant to drive up here sooner or later, but I never really felt like doing the, you know, the 1,000-kilometer drive. So that's good. Is there another speed bump here? Nope, that's good. Alright, so this is Finland. Oh, maybe I have been here, if I've got that city discovered. Unless it got the discovery point just by getting off the ferry. Got a tiny little roundabout coming up here. They love these little roundabouts in Pro Mod. It's funny seeing, if you see the trucks carrying oversized loads come through here, sometimes they will completely freak out And of course the AI just does not stop for you either. Not on these little ones. Still, we survived it. Alright, turning left up here. Struggling to see if there's any traffic coming. Yeah, I think it's good. Looks like we get a discovery point on the map over there. Might swing by and pick that up. It's probably just going to be a recruiter, I would imagine, but maybe it's a truck dealer. Assuming I can just pull in and then get back on the main road easily enough. I think I can. Looks like I should be able to. Alright, so we'll just hang a left down here. Oh, engine malfunction. Didn't expect that. I've only got like... I suppose it's more than 10% damage now. Ah, so it's a Volvo dealer. Cool. Alright. Let's get back on the road. Look at this place up here. I wonder if there's supposed to be some government building or something. Oops, I've clipped that fence. Took that turn a bit too tight, I think. It's cool driving through here. You got all the built-up stuff around you. You don't really get that in the vanilla game. Like, you often don't really feel like you're driving through a city, as much as it's kind of more like a really large industrial complex sometimes. So that was cool, seeing all the apartment buildings and that sort of thing, or townhouses, or whatever you want to call them. I'm not really sure. Alright, so what sort of road are we driving on to get to wherever it is that we're going? Looks like fairly straightforward. It's not a major motorway, but it's probably still a decent road most of the way. Cool. Probably should have my headlights on, given that it's getting pretty dark. So I should have plenty of fuel. I think I've already covered that. Yeah, that's more than enough. My fuel economy is not particularly great. Probably because I'm keeping my foot planted to the ground the whole time. What's that? 83 litres per 100 kilometres? Damn. That's some bad fuel economy right there. I mean, for reference, my car is like 14, 15 litres per 100. And that's fairly inefficient by modern standards anyway. But I mean, that's fuel in this is kind of meaningless, really. I mean, obviously you need to keep buying it, otherwise you'll be in trouble. But it's not that expensive, And like even if the simulated fuel economy is terrible, you know, I'm still getting where I need to go. So like, I'll make however much money from this run, and even if I need to fuel up twice, it's like the cost is insignificant. I think there are mods that make the fuel cost more expensive or something like, or that they give you less income from the job, so you have to worry more about paying fuel. But as it is, I mean, I leave. Engine's gone again. I don't bother training the eco driving stuff until right at the very end, personally, just because you get so much more better value from basically everything else. Put the high beams on. Don't really need them on, but at the same time, it's getting a bit dark. I think I would just stay in the left lane for this, given that we'll be going around that. I don't know what they call those on-ramp sort of things that were like this, what they're coming up to. Slow down a bit. Alright, perfect. So, about 300 kilometers to go. Won't take very long at all. What's that? 2 American trucks in a row. There's actually one truck added by this Jazzycat American pack that I really actually want to drive myself, but I haven't been able to find the mod for it. It's like a Mack tipper truck. And it seems, I don't know why, but it seems that nobody's really bothered making a Mack truck for Euro Truck. I mean, I'd kind of expected that with the modding community for this game and the fact that the game's been out for that long, that there'd be, you know, like Mack Titans and that sort of thing that have been added. Maybe they have been and I just can't find them, but I don't know. Maybe they're just not that popular. I mean, you see plenty of them in Australia, but maybe they're not as popular overseas or something. I really don't know. Do I even want to change lanes here? Yeah. One thing I was really hoping that, because when they were kind of teasing the latest update 1.12, they said that they had to change the binaries, and we now know that that was for this DLC, and for continuing to do this type of DLC. But what I was really hoping was that they were going to add a second articulation point, so you could have like a proper B-double trailer or road train or something like that. I mean, that is something that I think that's something that a lot of people have been wanting for quite a while. I mean, I know they've made the Gigaliner trailer. A mod has made that, I should say, which is basically kind of a rigid truck that then pushes the articulation point back. Whereas a proper B-double sort of thing would be like one trailer, like a shorter trailer attached to one articulation point, and then another trailer attached to an articulation point on the back of the first trailer, if that makes any sense. That made sense in my head. So that would be really cool to see. I was really hoping that we'd see that. I mean, I don't know how many of those sorts of trucks you see in Europe. You see them in Australia all the time. I'm sure that they have them in America as well. I don't know, maybe it's not really a European thing, which in that case it would make sense that they haven't added it to the game. But it's something that modders haven't been able to do. It's one of the few things that modders just haven't been able to get working. That extra articulation point. I mean, if they could get that in, if the modders could do it themselves, then you know, you'd be seeing people doing like probably five trailer road trains and that sort of thing. The sky's the limit, really, depending on how it was done. Hopefully it's something they'll do for American Truck Sim. I think they know that people want it. It'd be hard not to. I think that enough people have been asking for it. But who knows if it'll actually do it. I suppose it could be a limitation with the engine. I don't know. I know they had it in one of their earlier games. I think 18 Wheels of Steel, maybe? I'm not exactly sure. But one of SCS's earlier games, it did actually have proper road trains and that sort of thing. So, who knows, maybe we will see it. Another roundabout coming up here. God, that was a tight one. So it is definitely full on night time now. Can't see anything apart from the road. I'm not sure if we're missing out on any cool scenery or anything like that. I think at the moment it's just the kind of standard country farm sort of land, whatever you'd call that. But then I can't say for sure because I can't see it. Still, it's been pretty decent drive, this one. It hasn't gone too long, I don't think. I don't think I would have wanted to do... Whoops, lane ended there, didn't even notice that was ending. I don't think I would want to do longer than this in one sitting. Like, this is a pretty long drive to just sit down and do it all in one go. I think any further than this would be a bit too much, but yeah, I think it's been pretty good. I'm not even going to attempt pronouncing that name. If you see it on the GPS, I do not have a clue how you would say something like that. Am I going to get the discovery just for driving past it? Might have to come back here. I'm not going to go off course to get the discovery or anything like that. Given that the destination's only 150 k's away, we'll be there pretty quickly. Going left down here. There is traffic coming from that side. And it's weird, sometimes they'll let you stop at these, they'll stop and let you go at these intersections, and other times they won't. Didn't really need them to there at that point anyway. Twisty bit of road here. Should really change lanes. There we go. Of course. I change lanes, then the lane ends. I should have known. Always happens. Every time I try to do the right thing. That's what happens. I got another little pro-mod roundabout. Are there any cars there? That's the other problem with driving at night. The AI cars, their headlights are so dim, you can't see where they are sometimes until they're right on top of you. That might be partially to do with my graphics settings. I'm not entirely sure about that, to be honest. But either way, it's annoying. God, they love their tiny little roundabouts here, don't they? Let's try and make it around here without running into anything. There we go, I think that worked. And that was a tricky bit of road. Looks like we're going over a bridge or something here. I can't say for sure. Yeah, I'd say it is a bridge over some water or something. Alright, getting close now. 100 kilometers away. I wonder what the drop-off point will be like. They don't have, from what I've seen of Pro Mod, they don't have too many like really challenging drop-off points. I do know in some other mods that I've seen, like some other map mods, the map author put in like just like crazy challenging drop-off points, like, you know, in the middle of a crowded supermarket and that sort of thing. Which would be pretty interesting. I don't know if it'd make a lot of sense taking like an oil drilling thing. What's this thing called? Gas pipeline. I don't think it'd make a lot of sense taking your gas pipeline parts to the local Woolworths or whatever, but who knows? Can I get past this guy? Maybe. Let's see if anybody comes headfirst into me. At least when you're driving late at night there's less traffic, so that's one good thing. Nice and easy. That's cool little scenery here. This is kind of a back road sort of route. It's nice. And then we're just driving through it with our noisy Peterbilt, waking up everybody on their farms and all that. I'm sure they're real happy with us. Give them a bit of engine brake, just to make sure they're all awake. Hey guys! I'm not sure if you guys can even hear the engine brake in the recording. It seems like when you do it in game, like just like I did just then, it's really loud and noticeable and everything. But often in the recording, the engine brake noise just does not come across. I guess I could blow the air horns instead. Yeah, that works. That'd wake people up as well, I'm sure. This truck's normal horn is really loud as well. It's like a train driving past. Thing's insane. You imagine having somebody blowing that horn at you, you're just in your car or whatever. Alright, make it up here. Too easy. I do love this truck. One of the better mods, in my opinion at least. Alright, so 10 kilometers away. It looks like it's longer than that on the GPS, but I don't know. And we'll discover this city as well, which is good. Hopefully the frame rate won't be too bad while I'm trying to park this thing. Alright, turning right down here. No traffic to worry about, which is good. Although I was in the completely wrong gear there. I think I would have just blown up my engine if that was real life. Luckily it's not, and they don't simulate engine damage from over-revving. I kind of wish they would, to be honest. I mean, you'd have nobody to blame but yourself. That, or unless you use the automatic gearbox, in which case you could just blame the game. Maybe that's why they haven't introduced it. I'm actually going to go left down here so I get this discovery point. It's just a recruiter. Still, the more recruiters the better, I guess. That's how you get the drivers for your trucking empire. Not that the trucking empire does a whole lot, apart from just sit there and make money, basically. Alright, where are we dropping it? Transient. That's an easy one. Of course I said that, so now it'll take me like 25 attempts just to park. Oh, they've got another of these things right here. That's one of the new trailers there too, that driller. I'll try and get some better light on that after I've delivered this, maybe. Alright, let's see if I can get this in. I think that's almost there. There we go, turn back a little bit. Almost got it. That should be okay if I go back far enough. There we go. See, that's the drill, I think it is actually. The drill trailer. Cool, oh, let's deliver that. There we go. Oh, I'm so close. How many points is that? Is that 33 points away from leveling? Not that I really need to unlock anything else. Wow, cool. So, I'm just going to pull this into the light a little bit. So there we have it. That was, if I pull up the map, where did we start? Yeah, we started back down around here or something. Yeah, we started here actually. So that was quite a good drive. Oh, so I'll end this here I think. So I don't know how many parts I'm going to have to cut this video up into. It feels like I was driving for quite a while. But anyway, so that was update 1.12, the new DLC. I'm not quite sure the DLC is worth it, to be completely honest. I think I covered that pretty well earlier though, so I'm not going to go into it again. And yeah, so Pro Mod as well. It's a nice update to Pro Mod. It's good that we can drive it again, like play it again, because it always kind of sucks having to wait for it to be updated. But obviously, those guys, they're not getting paid for that or anything, so yeah. Well, anyway, so until next time. I've been Vornskyr, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.